I do not visit the church of the ordinary. What is happening? Am I becoming the ordinary fangirl? I don't know. I would be a little bit careful believing this. So, The Ordinary has brought out a Barbie Pepto-Bismol pink serum, supposedly able to repair your skin barrier within mere hours. Well, obviously I had to try this, and I'm going to review this serum for you today. In case you don't know me yet, my name is Ulrike. I am a K-beauty and skincare content creator, and I'm super happy to have you with me on this skincare journey. And for today's review, so obviously when I first heard about The Ordinary's latest serum, the Soothing and Barrier Support Serum, I was instantly hooked because it is truly bright pink. I'll make sure to show you some close-ups later in this review when I talk about the texture. And I really do love pink. I'm a very girly girl, so it appealed to me instantly. In the year of Barbie, this is actually kind of perfect marketing. And I also was intrigued because this is probably the first serum from The Ordinary that isn't fully gel-based. I guess they have the retinoids. Some of them are, I think, kind of like an oilier serum, but the hydrating and moisturizing serums are all kind of gel-based. And in all truth, usually I wasn't a big fan of those. The textures never really appealed to me. And in general, I'm actually quite critical of many of The Ordinary launches. However, lately, they've really been impressing me. Also, I got sent this in PR. I don't get a lot of PR. This serum really is interesting. Apart from the color, I really just wanted to try it. It is just a very different formula, I want to say, for The Ordinary for many, many reasons. Now, let's first go through kind of the basics of the product. So what is it for? Who is it meant for? Then I'll tell you a little bit about the key ingredients in this, and then I give you my full review. I'm gonna have to look into my trusty notes here quite a bit. So I have my laptop here because I can't remember all of the details. So first up, what is this serum actually for? I probably don't have to show it to you because they all come in The Ordinary bottle, dropper applicator bottle. But as I said, I'm going to show you close-ups later when I talk about the texture. Now, The Ordinary describes this serum as a multi-active solution, which is meant to help repair the skin barrier, soothe discomfort, and calm down redness of the skin. It contains a number of skin-soothing, clinically proven skin-soothing ingredients, and it is supposed to be a little bit richer than some of the other formulas. So it's more on the moisturizing side versus just simple hydration. Now, The Ordinary claims that this can, quote, recover the skin barrier in 2 hours. I would be a little bit careful believing this. The study that they did to prove that was apparently, I think, something like 23 people. So really tiny, teeny sample size. And even though I haven't looked into that study that they did or the test, usually this relies on self-reporting. It's not as if you can really measure this accurately, I would say. So I find it a bit iffy that they pretend that this is some type of scientifically proven measure, because I don't think it is possible to repair a truly damaged skin barrier within 2 hours. The skin types that this targets is obviously damaged skin, people with skin barrier issues, more dry skin people, but I think it can also work potentially for acne prone people, because very often acne kind of correlates with a damaged skin barrier and makes a lot of sense to first repair your skin barrier to fight off those acne bacteria. This can also be a good serum for redness prone and inflamed skin because it has all these interesting ingredients that specifically target redness and inflammation. And speaking of ingredients, let's go through a couple of the key ingredients But just a warning, I'm not a scientist, so this is based on very basic research, just so you know. Now, the pink coloring in this is actually not an artificial dye or anything like that. It comes from one of the key ingredients, which is vitamin B12. And vitamin B12 supposedly is really good for skin soothing, can also help with inflammation, and apparently also does do the same when topically applied, from how I understand it. So this is not a gimmicky addition, but it can actually really help, especially with soothing the skin. This formula also contains ceramides, and ceramides are one of the best things to use to moisturize your skin very naturally, because the skin barrier already contains ceramides naturally. So you basically replenish them in a damaged or compromised skin barrier, and especially if you suffer from dryness or kind of tight skin tightness, which can usually be an indication of a damaged skin barrier. Ages ago, I did a video on on how to repair damaged skin barrier, so I'll link that somewhere. It will pop up here somewhere. Ceramides really are one of the key ingredients to work towards replenishing the skin barrier. This solution or serum also contains niacinamide, which is a known active ingredient that helps with skin barrier health. That also can help with pore care, with oily skin, with inflamed skin, hyperpigmentation. The only thing is that I couldn't find the percentage of the niacinamide, which is very unlike the ordinary. Maybe I just couldn't find it and they have announced it, but it's not as clear on the packaging or anywhere else as we're used to from the ordinary. So that was the only slightly strange thing I found, that we don't instantly see transparently the percentage. This also contains ginger root extract plus an ingredient I can never pronounce, bisabolol. It's probably wrong, but this one is one from chamomile, and these two together, ginger and the chamomile derived extract I cannot pronounce, these two together actually work in synergy to help specifically with inflammation and redness. So they're very soothing and anti-inflammatory. And again, this is supposedly clinically proven. So there's some sound research behind these two ingredients. This also contains a green tea derived extract called EGCG. I will not try to pronounce the long name of this, so you only get the abbreviation. And this one is a polyphenol, so a type of plant antioxidant that can help as well with inflammation, also supposed to be very soothing. This is one of the key ingredients also in their caffeine eye serum, if you've tried that one. And it also contains trusty old Centella asiatica. Now, I had to laugh a bit because The Ordinary makes a big deal around their use of Centella asiatica, and they call it a Centella asiatica phytotechnology. But it's basically just a Centella asiatica complex. So it contains asiaticoside, asiatic acid, and medicated acid. So it's comparable to something like the Dr. G red blemish cream and all the other Centella asiatica and Cica products I've already been introducing you to. So it's nothing new for us key beauty lovers, but it is, again, very good for inflammation, for redness. It's antioxidant. Centella asiatica is always a wonderful addition to any soothing and skin barrier repairing products. So, as I said, I received this in PR, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, so not super long, but I have been using it quite enthusiastically ever since I received it. I was quite excited to use it, so maybe I was already kind of open to liking it. Just want to be honest and transparent about that. The Ordinary really is a hit and miss brand for me, so I'm not The Ordinary fangirl. I do not visit the Church of the Ordinary or DSM. There are a lot of products I really don't like. Lately, though, they have been impressing me. Now, I always feel a bit uncomfortable because my liking of the recent products kind of coincides with them sending me PR of those latest launches. So I just always want to make sure that people know that no, I've not always been a fan of The Ordinary, and no, sending me PR does not make me instantly like a brand. I really do approach all products neutrally, and I'm not scared of being kicked off a PR list, especially if they would kick me out because I give a negative review, because then I don't want to have anything to do with the brand if they're not open to feedback, either good or bad. So the fact that they've been sending me product does not mean that I like them because of that. I just really wanted to make this very, very clear. This serum, I do really like. I really, really like it. Again, all of the latest launches have really been impressing me. And the main reason why they have been impressing me is because The Ordinary has really stepped it up when it comes to the textures and how much more pleasant the textures of their serums and creams and moisturizers have been compared to like the first generation serums, such as the niacinamide serum, which I think is god-awful. It's such a terrible product. It pills, it sort of almost crumbles. I cannot use that. This has one of the most unique and beautifully elegant textures that I've maybe ever seen from a Western brand. Very reminiscent of a couple of Korean serums that have also been impressing me lately. It is pink and it's beautiful. So you do get a bit of a kick out of trying it if you like pink. And the coloring does disappear when you apply it. You only need a couple of drops and it doesn't stick around. So don't be scared that it kind of tints your skin pink. It just comes from the vitamin B12. It's a natural colorant and it doesn't really influence the appearance of your skin. This is kind of, I don't even quite know how to describe the texture. It is not gel-like, but it's also definitely not oily or too cream-like. There is a creaminess to it, but it feels basically oil-free. It reminds me a lot of the texture of the Real Barrier cream ampoule that I'm pretty sure I've shown you before and raved about before on this channel. It's a creaminess, but without any type of over richness or stickiness. This is not sticky at all, and it also doesn't leave a film or anything. So you don't have to be scared if you're not dry skinned, if you're more on the oilier skin side. I wouldn't be too scared about this being too heavy. I didn't feel any heaviness from this whatsoever, and I'm more on the combo to oily skin side. I find this very pleasant to use. Once you apply it to your skin, and you really only need a couple of drops, it kind of disappears into the skin very fast. There is no stickiness after it absorbs, and it almost really does have a watery or maybe kind of milky feeling. As I said, hard to describe. I will show close-ups so maybe you can see it better. But the important thing to take away is that I wouldn't be scared to use it if I'm more on the oilier side, because it does not feel too rich, too heavy, and it does not feel sticky or oily or greasy. I remember I once tried those Granactive retinoids, that fluid that they have from The Ordinary, and that one I found really unpleasantly sticky, and I really didn't enjoy using it. This lacks all of those negative points, even though the texture is kind of a little bit similar to that one, but it is far more sophisticated. It's a really beautiful, beautiful, simple, but very elegant formula. I was super impressed. The first time I used it, I just thought, oh my God, this is this is a bit of a different The Ordinary, and I quite enjoy it. So as for what it can do for the skin, did it repair my skin barrier in 2 hours? No. Though to be fair, I used it at night, so I was asleep throughout those 2 hours, pretty much. So maybe it magically did. I don't know. But I don't think that claim is sustainable. And I don't think it has to be, which is why I don't quite understand why they have to drive it to that extreme, because it definitely has a positive effect on my skin. Now, my skin barrier isn't damaged at the moment, so I don't know if it has any skin barrier repairing properties, but I can tell you what positive effects it had on my skin. Number one, it is very moisturizing, again, without feeling too heavy. It just kind of almost plumps up the skin in a really nice way after using it. And it really does have an instantly soothing effect on my skin. My skin constantly suffers from redness. And even though I wouldn't claim that it takes down the redness, it does just overall soothe the skin in a really lovely way, especially when you use it overnight. I did use it overnight for the first time. And for the first time I used it and woke up with significantly less inflamed and stressed out skin. I was quite impressed by that, I have to say. It was an almost instantaneous effect. Just again, no like magical skin barrier repairing. But I would agree that it does take down the worst of the inflammation very, very fast. What I also really like about this, and why I use it so frequently at the moment, is that it kind of gives the skin an almost like a dewiness. It gives a very healthy glow that I feel does not just come from anything cosmetic in the formula, but from really just making skin very happy. I think it's a very healthy formula that my skin really likes it. And it just kind of makes it look a little bit glass skinny. Not super glazed donut extreme, but you do just notice this very healthy, dewy glowiness. That is this lit from within glowiness that we always kind of want to achieve, or at least me. Maybe other people aren't as obsessed with glowy skin, but for me, that is one of the reasons why I really like this. So yeah, this is pretty much all I can say. I am very impressed with the texture. It is a very gentle formula, alcohol and fragrance free, of course, all the ordinary products are. And unless you are sensitive to any of the ingredients, it should work very well for a variety of skin types and skin problems. If you suffer from redness, inflammation, if your skin is just overall sort of having a freak out, and certainly if you have a damaged skin barrier, this can be a really good addition to your skincare routine. And if you are always after that sort of healthy, lovely, plump, glowy, sort of chuk K-pop idol skin, this also works very, very well. And I didn't have any adverse effects to it whatsoever. Honestly, I give this full marks. I really, really like it. What is happening? Am I becoming the ordinary fangirl? I don't know. I still feel a bit weird about that. I also cannot lie. I really like this. In case you're wondering when to use this in your skincare routine, it's basically just like a regular serum. So I would replace your serum step with this, and potentially you can maybe also use it in addition to another more hydrating serum. But yeah, I would just use it right after your toner and before your moisturizer and your sunscreen if it's in the mornings. I think it works better as an overnight serum, but technically you can use it morning and evening. It works very well in combination with any actives that you're using. So any AHA, BHAs, because this is not an active product. Even the niacinamide, I'm guessing, is not very high concentration. So it shouldn't really aggravate skin that is already trying to work with actives. If you are using a retinol, especially if you just started out with any type of retinol, I would sincerely I would suggest to maybe get this, because I think this is a perfect product to use in combination with retinols because it helps to sustain skin barrier health. Very often when you use retinols, especially high percentage ones, if you use them for the first time, your skin barrier can get quite weak because it does basically strip your skin, more or less. It's a very crude way to define it, but that's basically what happens. Your skin peels. So this can really help to kind of combat all the negative side effects of the retinol. So this, I think, is a truly perfect match for a retinol-based routine. As for the price point, it is a little bit pricier, just like all the Ordinary launches. I think that's the only thing I kind of see a little bit critical, not just about this serum, but all the latest releases, because the whole point of the Ordinary was to be an affordable brand. I do think they're kind of losing that a little bit, and I don't know how smart that is of them. I don't know. I think it's still worth it because it is a truly outstanding product and it has a sophistication that the more first generation, the Ordinary products that were very cheap were kind of lacking. But yeah, it's certainly not, I can't claim that it's cheap. I also don't think it's overpriced, to be fair, because you kind of get the quality that you pay for. So yeah, I just don't know if they're not going to lose their old fan base through this. But anyway, it costs 20 euros, 40, and I think it costs $17, I believe, in the US. And this is a 30 ml bottle. So yeah, you have to make up your own mind whether you're willing to invest that or not. I got it as PR, so I always feel, it would be weird for me to say, oh my God, just, spend the money, because like I didn't spend the money. So who am I to tell you? And there you have it. My review of the Ordinary Soothing and Barrier Support Serum. I hope this review helped you make your purchasing choice. I really, really like it. I'm very impressed with it. If you're new here, it would be awesome if you could stick around and maybe subscribe. I do a new video every week. Unboxings, lots of K-beauty content, indie beauty. I hope I'll do a bit more on European brands as well in the future. We'll see. And yeah, as I said, I'm now on the Ordinary PR list. So I guess there will be more The Ordinary reviews. If you want to support this channel, apart from subscribing, which is the best way to support me, it's always great if you leave a like and a comment under the video. That helps push the algorithm to actually recommend it to other people. I also always really like talking to you in the comments. And otherwise, I'll see you again next week. There is a video every week, and I hope to see you again. Until then, take care. Bye.